Right folks, this evening we've got a little change of scene. Now I've bought some track. Here we have a Aster Gauge 1 Titfield Thunderbolt or Lion. The Thunderbolt being from the film in I think it was 1952 or 53, about locals trying to save their own branch line. I've had this about 12 years I think, and I thought it was about time I got a more scale model. And apart from it being rather a delightful model in itself, perhaps a little unusual, it was about the only one I had a hope of getting to run indoors in the house. As you'll see in a bit, I've got well, slightly bit more than a ring of track, but not much more. I'm using a few LGB straights and a few, well, the rest is Pico curves, number 1 radius, not Pico but Pico, P-I-K-O, and I bought it because I was selling it off a bit. It's £4.50 each instead of about £6.20 I think. Not bad, but not quite so good as the LGB, but serves the purpose in here. The fish plates are a little tight when using them with the LGB track. Anyway, got them together, so we've got enough track to give it a run round. One thing you do need for such a small engine, and indeed some larger ones or engines with larger boilers, is a fan to help draw the heat through to start with. Once she gets up to steam and going with a slight bit of blower, she runs nicely. Of course, practice makes perfect with a blower, so we have got her running very well in the outdoors in probably springtime actually, or a summer day. It wasn't too baking hot and runs quite well. As you can see, she's quite wide for the gauge. Even so, we did manage to turn her over that once. She was going that well, but we did struggle on the garden layout at the 1 curve because it was so tight. And we ended up, a bit naughty I know, uncoupling the drawbar of the tender, where you may just be able to see there the pin for it, and pulling it on the water pipe, which is quite strong. Obviously you should be careful about doing things like that, especially where fuel pipes are concerned. What I would have done myself for ease of use would have had a slightly longer drawbar with 2 holes in it, therefore allowing a bigger gap between the engine and tender and allowing it to circumvent slightly tighter curves. That said, it did say somewhere, I think probably in the instructions, that it would negotiate the tightest available LGB curves, and it does, but it does struggle with the tender articulation. So no surprise, I'm in my front room. Here's the track, as you can see, or part of it, and it's the same behind me. The curves, as you can see there, but the same behind me, and around we go. So we'll get on with a bit of reading up and get on with running her. Right folks, here we are, a bit of a close-up and top of the firebox. Now, first thing to do, check the operation of the safety valve just by grabbing hold of the spindle and pulling it gently, see if it moves, and it does. Onto the foot plate now people, and here is the regulator, and this one is the blower valve. You can just see the bases of whistles here, and there's one on top of the firebox by the looks of it. They are dummies, they don't work. There's no whistle included. Right, we'll get on with preparing her for a run. I'm just going to remove the oil filler screw. This is for the steam oil. That's the screwdriver that came with the set, if I remember correctly. I say set, box. Right, let's see if I can get in there with Mammoth steam oil bottle. Looks like there's some in already. And just let that run down a bit and check it again in a bit. Next up, after the filling of the steam oil all moving parts. It says with light machine oil. I'm using something that's a little bit thicker. As used on the Mammoths for the pivots and that. I'll just do the other side and then underneath. Right folks, I hope you can see this. On the right you see a brass knurled nut. That is the water pipe connection. And just to the left of the drawbar, a little bit lower, is a clear plastic pipe. That is the meths, and that's just push fit onto the burner. Right folks, now it's time for water, which as I mentioned you put in via the tender. Take this lid off the top and there's a brass fitted in there. And got its own little syringe and 60 mils I think, I'll just check. Yeah, 60 mil of water distilled. Fits snug in there, or it should do. It's been a while. It's like starting from new really. Don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear it going in. Right, the fuel tank valve is closed there. I'm going to remove the filler plug. And I'm going to add 56cc of meths. That's the meths in. Obviously replacing the cap. And the lid on the meths itself. Now open the fuel tank valve 2 turns and inspect for any leaks underneath. So that's half, 1, 1.5, 2. I put some batteries in the fan and put it in place in the chimney. I'll just show you that in operation before we go any further. That's a must have on something this small, and it was 55 quid 12 years ago. The engine itself already built then was 1100, I think just over, and the kit one was 850. there was wagons available as per the film. I think it was a well wagon in the film. I'm not quite sure of the name of the wagon, where, if you've seen the film, Dan's coach body was put on top and tied down, and a towed Great Western brake van, and I could have had at the time for 200 quid ready made. Never got round to it, and I can't remember where I bought it from now, which is a shame. Right folks, the burner is lit. You just need to raise it up and get underneath it. It's awkward being on the floor. So now we just wait for the fan to do its stuff. The methods to do its stuff, I have used hot water, and we'll give her a run, I hope. Sorry I can't get all the track in the one shot. I'll put together some clips and string them together later. Very fiddly to light. It struggles to light without the fan going. I think it's still going, I know. Yes, I believe. Oh, I can hear it now. And we can hear some signs of life. Get in there. That's the blower open slightly. It's just a touch of regulator. And a touch of blower. But I want to run it a few times. And I'm still experimenting. And we'll see how we get on. Sounds like it's roaring lovely now. The water coming out the drain cocks. Not blowing up yet though. Try and clear the throat. Ah, she seems to want to try then. As you can see, she wants to go. So, let's see the safety valve go off yet, but oh, hang on. It's just starting to lift. So we get rid of the fan. There you go. A little bit too quick. As you can see, it's going nicely, really quick machine. I can't remember her going that fast before. But she's barely running really. I may have to add a little bit more blower. We'll find that out. She can't keep sustaining the enough pressure to keep going. As you can see, she's fiddly, but she's oh so beautiful. Of course, you don't want too much blower because that saps your steam pressure, sorry. But she's going nicely. This is where I fall over and dizzy fix. It's running better than I expected. I must have got it about right with the blower. Safety valve just lifted. We've got no wagons to put behind it in our gauge, but sorry, gauge 1. But we'll see what we can do with Meccano for that. Looks like the yeah, I can see. Looks like the chassis of the tender is touching just the chassis of the engine on these curves, so it really is its limit, I suppose. The addition of extra straight in the curves has helped. Sorry for the rather, well, poorer than normal photography. But we seem to have got the hang of it quite quickly. Although it's very easy to... and that was nowhere near full regulator on occasions. It is difficult to get it to start. Well, not difficult in itself, but although she weighs a kilo and a half, she's got quite large driving wheels. And there's just not enough weight to have traction when you push her, so she just slides. So you tend to have to sort of push and then flick one of the cranks, one of the conrods at the same time. It's a popping type safety valve. I don't know what the correct name for that is. Not like a one on a Western engine, which is gradual. And therefore the pressure has to drop quite a bit before the safety valve shuts off. Just dying now, but we must be getting towards the end of the run. Oh, she seems to be building up again. We'll try her again. So we have to start her, clear the rubbish out the cylinders. That's the way to go. Anybody been a bit cheeky now who's got a gauge 1 Garden Railway somewhere in the West Midlands, would like to see her run, I'd happily bring her down. Maybe you can give me some tips on getting to run easier. So first you're starting new now. A bit more regulator. That yeah, we're actually freed up a bit now. Yeah, she's you can hear that blower. I'll just look in the pipe and see if there's any meths there. Well, there is a little. Obviously not enough to well, there's a bit there. Yeah, the mess has gone. Almost gone. Yeah, I can see it draining now in there. Yeah, looks like it's just gone. Yeah, that last drop has just gone. So, give it a bit more of a look up, a bit closer up for you. And there we are. awkward, I know, not very good video, but you've seen a run. But yeah, I'll gladly bring it over to some gauge 1 layout on a nice day. And I might even bring a few bottles of Christmas cheer. So there you go, folks, the Titfield Thunderbolt, or the Lion. The Thunderbolt as used in the film in the 50s, the Titfield Thunderbolt. Ealing comedy. Get yourself a copy, it's a bit of a laugh. It's frustrating as well. And if you don't like buses, you'll like it. If you like trains, you'll love it. So folks, there we go. Thanks for watching. I'll try and make something reasonable out of all the clips. Bye for now.